Hello, today I will show you how to service different parts of a LaserJet HP printer that can cause paper jam. So I'll be looking at different parts of the printer, and I'll also show you how to service each part of this printer. So come along with me as I fix these different parts of the printer. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. I have a lot of videos on how to fix a lot of printers. So today I will be making use of a HP LaserJet M127 printer that paper jams frequently. So the first thing I'm going to do is to remove the cartridge this way. So just open the lid and then pull the cartridge. This is the cartridge that it uses. I'm going to put the cartridge aside now, and then I am going to remove this roller. You can see this roller inside. Just there's a clip towards the right hand side of the roller. Just pull it out. You can see this clip is dusty with paper particles, so I'm going to clean it later. I'll show you how to do that. The next thing I'm going to remove is the pickup roller. To be able to remove the pickup roller, as you can see the pickup roller, I am going to use a screwdriver. This flat screwdriver will do that. You can see there is this two clip on the two end of the clipper. Okay, let me bring it, push this down so that you can see clearly. There is this clip here. I'm coming. Okay, there's this two clip on the other side of the printer that controls the movement of the pickup roller. So there's this, with this flat screwdriver, there is this tab on this end and on the other end. So I'm just going to pull it aside, and then the pickup roller comes out easily. I'll show you what to do to pickup roller when it has worn out and how to still reuse it if you can't get a new one immediately. So the pickup roller is out. The next thing I'm going to do is to get a brush. I'm going to brush out the inner part of the printer. After brushing out the inner part of the printer, I am going to turn the printer upside down. If you have the means to do so, turn it upside down so that the particles that you've brushed out can fall out of the printer. You can see, you can just brush it out generally this way. Brush it out generally this way, and when you brush, you notice that the particle just falls to the bottom part of the printer, which you can get out by just raising the printer and turning it upside down. That will fix the problem immediately. Okay, so this part is done. I'm going to close the printer now, and I'm going to show you another part of the printer we are going to be working on is the celluloid. Now, to be able to get access to the celluloid is on the left and right hand side of the printer, which means I'm going to remove this screw on the right hand lid of the printer. So I'm going to remove the screw. Ideally, you're supposed to remove all parts of the lid to make it easy for you to be able to remove the lid, but I'm not going to do that right now because there's a way I'll do it so that I just remove the celluloid easily without removing all parts of the printer. But if you're working on your own printer, I'll advise you, if you've not opened it before, I will advise you to remove all the covers of the printer so as to remove it easily. Now, to get access to the celluloid, you're going to remove this lid, the front lid, by raising this tab under. There's this two tab under. You're going to raise up this tab. There's this tab here, and there's another tab on this other end here. So I'm going to raise it up to be able to remove the lid easily, but I'm not removing it completely because I know how to just bring it out easily without removing it completely. But if you're working on it for the first time, I will advise you to remove it completely so as not to break that plastic cover. Now the lid is out. I'll get access to I'll be able to get access to the cellular. Now this is the cellular. This send signal to the printer each time a paper passes through it, and then it prepares the printer to receive another paper for printing. I'm going to remove it. Over time, there is a glue at the back of this spring that moves back and front, and there is this material that is used at the back of this metal that is supposed to prevent it from becoming magnetic. Over time, it melts due to heat. You can see as if it seizes. So if you look at the back of the celluloid, you discover that it has melted. So I'm going to just remove it completely. Now, after removing it completely, you're not going to leave it bare like that so that it doesn't become magnetized over time, because it's a metal and it keeps jamming each other, and over time it can become magnetized. So what I'm going to do is to get a piece of sellotape to be able to cover that part that I removed that sticky material from. I'm going to cover it so that once it jams, it doesn't become magnetized over time. So I will remove with my screwdriver, flat screwdriver, I remove the particle. The particle now sticks. So I've removed that. The next thing I'm going to do right now is to get my sellotape. You can get a paper tape if your hands can come on a paper tape, and then just remove it easily. The purpose is so as not to allow the metal that moves back and forth, this one I'm touching, to become magnetized in any way or to stick to the other end. So I've been able to apply my sellotape to it, and I'm going to return it back to the spot where it is. So this can be a bit tricky. Remember to face it inside the metal part of the cellular that has to face the gear. So I've been able to put it back inside, and I'm going to screw it back the way it's supposed to be. Now this is the pickup roller. Now if you have a worn-out pickup roller that doesn't pick paper out easily, and you can get a new one immediately, now what you're going to do, you're going to transfer the unused part of the rubber to the part that has been used. So you can see that this part has not been used at all. I'm going to remove the rubber from the plastic completely, and I'm going to transfer the unused parts to the part that the paper uses regularly. So I'm transferring this unused part. You can see this unused part to this oval part of the rubber. This is the way it was before, but I'm going to switch it over to the other side. Now this will be able to fix the problem of pickup roller. You can see it is done right now. With this, you'll be able to use this pickup roller for a longer time before it wears out again, and then you have to get another one. So I'm going to replace the pickup roller back the way it's supposed to be, but the top lid is out. I'm going to fix it back inside. Okay, so this is the pickup roller. It is going back inside. Remember that if you don't know how to fix it back, there is this part that shoots out of the pickup roller. There is this lid, plastic lid that comes out of the pickup roller. Make sure it's facing downward when you return it back. Now this is the roller I removed. You can see it is white due to paper particles on it. I'm going to get a brush. A toothbrush is preferable because it's harder. and it will be able to get out the paper particles out easily. So this is it. You can see the paper, the dust is coming out. So I'm going to use the brush all around the roller so as to get out the paper particles from it. So remember, if you haven't subscribed already, I would like you to subscribe to the page, like, and if you have any question, you can just hit me up in the comment section and I'll do everything I can to answer. So there is a white plastic at the end. I have returned it back the way it is and I'm going to push it back. The white plastic is toward the right hand side, so just fix the white plastic and make sure you align it toward the right hand side of the printer, and there is this 2 tab on it, so just push it inside the spring that is there. You'll notice that is a tab that shoots out of the white plastic. That tab that shoots out is supposed to go inside the spring. So my cartridge is going back in, and then I'm going to close the lid. You have to be very careful when you're closing the lid. And there is one more part of the printer which I am going to service and then work on, but first I have to replace this lid. It is very easy, just the same way it came out, that is the same way I'm going to put it back in. It is done. Then I'm going to close the front cover. So there is something else I want to fix under the printer. First, I have to brush out excess dust particles on all parts of the printer. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is the celluloid. Sorry, this is the duplexer. This controls the paper separator. This is the paper separator part, rather. This separates the paper each time you print out from it. So I'm going to remove those screws that is holding it, and I'm going to clean it. So this is the paper separating part. You can see there's a spring under it. So I'm going to, my brush, gently just brush out the dust particles and clean it with a neat piece of cloth if you can. So you can see this part sometimes over time it can wear out due to dust. So you, with your brush, just brush it out and then clean out with a piece of cloth when you're through brushing it out. So I'm going to return it back the way it was. So that is it. If you have not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of videos on how to fix a lot of office equipment, from CCTV cameras to printers, scanners, copiers, PABX, intercoms, and the whole lot. And if you have any question on how to fix anything you don't understand, you can hit me up in the comment section and I will do everything to answer you. Thank you, and I'll see you some other time.